Royal, welcome, man. How it be? You got your first ban, huh? uh, told you not to be drawing them naked ladies. It was too sexy, broke the odometer. Yeah, it was too sexy. Oh, well, yeah. I wonder if someone has to rat you out. Because I did it that one time. Remember, I was streaming the. Mm, I'm surprised that happened to you. I turned around for a few seconds and bam, ban notice. Damn, they gotcha. I don't know. I think that has to be a real person doing that to you. I think that was a real person. Cause I don't think they prowl around. Um, you know, but who knows? Maybe it was an employee or whatever. Yeah, but you can't do the you can't. I already knew that you can't do that and that you can get banned for it, but um, a 24-hour ban is more of a like formality. Like, could be a jealous oil painter. Oh yeah, probably your competition. If I were you, the only reasonable thing to do at this point, since you don't know who did it, is go find all the other oil painters and start just mass reporting them. Because how do you know who did it, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You gotta start a feud. How was your day today other than that incident? Trust everything's been good outside of that? My mom was a my mom was sore throat has a sore throat. My brother and his wife are getting over a bad cold bug. So it won't be going over. Oh, yucky. Yeah, you don't want that. Yucky. I just can't believe how good the weather's been to us lately. I've been liking this. I've been taking crazy naps. Man. I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying life, actually. The weather's been beautiful. You know, even like the little bit colder days inside the house, it's like, with the electronics, it's like, just perfect temp. We might have another strange bug outbreak. Hope it's just a rumor. Oh, I forgot. I forgot the name of it. It's like straight up Hormuz virus or some shit. I forget. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's the new thing. Well, I'm sort of unemployed, so it doesn't matter to me. But I'll just hide it. I'll just be inside my house like always, so it's not gonna change anything. But for the well, we'll see kind of how it rolls out. They already kind of are doing a soft launch with the ship. They're doing the drama with the ship and like it's almost like they're like an opening scene to a movie. I wish I had the energy to enjoy outdoor stuff, but lately my job has been draining me mentally. Everyone is stressed with AI crap. Oh yeah. No, I get that. I hear you there. Bought a canvas from the grumpy old guy store. There you go. I think I was jumped by $3, but don't want to haggle. I think I was jumped by $3, but didn't want to haggle. I've never once haggled at any store in America. It doesn't seem like the right environment. Like, haggling is not a thing in America. Well, not like I've haggled in other countries, but... I mean, ripped off. $3? Ripped off? Oh, you can't. I don't think you can say gypped. I think that's a discriminatory. I don't think you can say that. I think that's I get what you mean, but I think it's one of those you're not allowed to say that anymore things. Isn't it stolen? I think gypped refers to like gypsies, or like you get, you know, like it's. I don't know. I think it's a something to do with gypsies. I think you're supposed to not say that anymore. I had no idea. It's all right. That's why I'm saying I would just be careful with saying that, because that's you know, you don't want to say that at work and find out through HR that it's like career-ending event. Yeah. This is gonna need a lot of work, but I just want to see how it looks right now. Oh, it's getting there. I'm doing the animation for running up and right now. Then I'm gonna copy it later, but you can see this animation right here. You can kind of see how when he runs this way, it looked like his upper torso was up. And so I thought I was done, but I couldn't get over the fact that it didn't look like this animation and this animation look like they're two different style of creatures. So this actually looks like this, but the other way. Like if you look this way and this way, this looks better. So I'm working out. Looked like it's moving well. Yeah, I think this is the one I'm moving. This is the one I'm doing right now. Is like upright one. I think this needs a little bit taking off the top here. I think that guy's gonna retire in maybe 2 years, so he doesn't care. Same. I wish I could retire in 2 years. We have one guy who is a manager, not sure he's not in trouble. We have one guy who is a manager, not sure how he's not in trouble. Oh. Because of the stuff he says? Yeah, sometimes you'll get that. I think that guy got retired 2 years, so he doesn't care. Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy at the store. If we survive to be super old, future people will be interviewing us in documentaries. I think if you live, they usually don't interview like regular people. Like, usually people of note get interviewed. Not super worried about it. I don't care if I get interviewed, really. If they interview just anyone who live in this time, won't be good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too bad, right? Enough doom and gloom. I don't think it's. I mean, it's. You know, there's there's kind of. I kind of feel like it's a lot of it is just more that we're more aware of bad things, more so than like. But it's hard to say, you know. It's like, if I compare my life to like, I don't know, 1920s, like when they had to do like World War I and be in the trenches, I'm like, this sucks, but it's not, you know, I'm sitting here in my house just kind of chilling, so it's hard to complain right now, you know, compared to the alternative of history, so I'm not overly, you know, high taxes and whatever, but at least I get to play with my computer, right? For now. Man, you are doom and gloom today. You stopped into that one? Where's everyone at? This isn't my usual streaming time. They probably don't even know I'm on. No idea where they're at. So I wasn't really gonna stream because I had to do work, a lot of work today. So I just jumped on because I was like, might as well. If I'm gonna work and do animation stuff, I might as well just stream it up a little bit. They might pop in later though. Who knows? I think it's just more like this is just not the usual stream time for me. And so the people that would pop in, they're not popping in. Been trying to hide it in paint all day, mostly unsuccessfully until a couple hours ago from like from the family. Yeah, I don't think I could do family, man. Like, it seems like you have like a pretty normal family, right? And it just sounds like even the good version of it, like that you're describing to me, sounds kind of rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds kind of like even like it's going okay. I have a job and I have a house, stable house. It's like, man, I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work. I'll let you guys maintain the population because I just can't. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? It's just always some telling for you. It's always some telling for you, Lil. I think you wrote that wrong. I'm not sure what you said, but it's always someone yelling. Oh, someone yelling? Yeah. This guy's starting to look a little bit better. Yeah, I think the way to have kids is if you are rich. Not because of like how British aristocracy did it, where they gave their kids to a charter school. I just mean like it's so much stress, and like you can't like once you have kids, there's no going back, and it's like it's just too many. Like 18 years. Like imagine signing a contract where like you're just gonna lose massive amounts of money for 18 years. Bro, I think I would only do it if I became rich, if I like fell on some money or something. It sounds too hard. The friend who is an AI nerd was texting me a lot today. Oh yeah? I know plenty of people that make it being poor. Oh, they do, but like you're gonna have to make it because now you have a person to feed. In fact, maybe it's like more motivation because you know what I mean. It's kind of like now you have like this person other than yourself. The only human I have to feed is me. It's nice. You can really cut on the costs and stuff. But, I don't know. I'll let you guys take care of the people situation. Life would definitely be easier. Oh man, it'd be going. It's like it's like you're taking the game down to like medium difficulty from hardcore if you don't have kids, right? That's the other thing about you know how you can play Diablo in like hardcore mode. Like if you die, you have to restart. Like you basically lose your character. That's like real life is like that. You're playing hardcore mode. You know, if you should get injured or anything some legal situation, you're stuck in like hardcore game mode. And I would like not that. I'd never get married again. Yeah, and you get the good version, right? I did just take a... Oh, that's the other thing is like, just before I started doing this, guess what I was doing? Taking a sweet, sweet nap. You know, if I was married, it'd probably be like... It'd be like, I'd have to not sleep. Ever. And then stream on top of that. But... Not being married, I went and took a sweet 2-hour nap and then decided, you know, I'll jump on the stream really quick. So, it's definitely easier this way. I think frame 36 is the only one that's like weird because the head is so big. I think it's too big. I think this is how big it should be. It could... I think it's too big. I'll shave that head down. Take off some pixels off of that giant head of his. We were like, okay, Brew, it's nice, we gotta run. One time we ran into an old high school friend and we had one through a divorce. And man, he started telling my wife, don't ever screw him over by divorcing him. Yeah, don't give her ideas, what the? Give it a buzz cut? Yeah, don't give her ideas. Okay. But yeah. I butchered these frames so much to get the look I wanted that I'm not sure what I was trying to do between frames. Flip Not Fan, welcome, man. It's going good. Can't complain. Just been Near Dark is coming out on 4K. Near Dark is coming out? Oh, is that a new movie or is that like an older one? Oh, good news for fans of that movie. Might have to check that out. Near Dark. Let me type that in really quick into the Googler. Near Dark. Hmm. Is this a vampire movie? Why do I feel like I've seen this movie? Near Dark is an old vampire movie? 1987. Isn't that crazy? Is this... Oh my god. I think I've seen this movie, maybe. I think I've seen this movie. Is it like at the end of the movie they're like... Man, I think I might have seen... I'm having like little flashbacks to it. Maybe. I might be thinking of something else, but... Interesting. It's way older than I thought. I thought it was a 90s movie. Interesting. I might have to check it out. Looks like a good flick. It's got a Western vibe. Yeah, it's a kind of a good concept to have like a vampires in the Western times. I think that's a good mix. That's a solid mix, you know. Maybe it's a Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray scan. Future Well says, "Be right back. Bathroom break." Oh, did I forget to pull out my chat? Oh no, I have my chat on screen. It's like a modern day Western. Yeah, yeah. It's a good. I think the Wild West and vampires is a good idea to mix. Not set in the... Oh, but isn't that what a Western is? I know you're saying that, like, I know what you mean, but isn't it that's what a Western is? It's like I get that it's not in the Wild West times, but it's still a unless Western means something not what I thought it was. To me, a Western is the Wild West times. At least that's what I thought it was. Western theme aesthetic? Right, but usually it's the Wild West. Like, I get what you're saying, like, that movie isn't It's not that, but it's emulating that energy. Kind of like a lot of isolation in desert. Yeah. Can't live stream on YouTube until I get. Can't live stream on YouTube until I get 50 subs. Like, you're gonna. What I would do, you just. Do you release video? Yeah, you need 50 subs. Is that what you need? Well, for the thing, because you stream up your phone, so I don't think you can multi-stream off your phone right now. Like I use OBS to multi-stream, so since you're not doing it off of your computer, it's not gonna really matter because you can't do it anyway. Or like just can't do it. So your problem is technical also. You're gonna have to move to a PC streaming setup and then somehow make the jump. It's starting to look like this needs to be the top part needs to be fixed a lot and fixed up, but it's starting to get smoother and better. It's not looking so raggedy, but we're starting to slowly get to the. It's easy to get him 50 subs. Oh yeah, how do we get him 50 subs? You really just need to start putting videos out. You know, you'll get there. I'll put some stuff up. Something. Honestly, maybe just even your like what you could do maybe like because you know how you tell stories on your channels, like do a story time. Do a story time like you're painting and you tell about your life or something. I don't know. Wonder if YouTube is strict about new stuff. Yeah. I wouldn't do the nude stuff because I'm sure that they're gonna have AI do like mass scans and stuff. So It's slowly getting there. You can tell my old animation for left, up left, this one, I didn't like it. It looked okay, but I needed to look more like the one when you go down. And this looks a lot more like consistent with this one. It's just the other way, because the tail is up and everything, and the head is down. Whereas here, the head is up. He's like standing up on his whatever, so it's more consistent now. Will there be any fireballs? Well, I mean, we might do fire for like the human units might do. I mean, this is gonna be way down the line before I get to that point, but we might do human stuff like flamethrowers, but not like how you're maybe imagining. Not like wizard fireballs, but maybe there'll be like some flamethrower stuff, like some turrets with flames. That are going to be like really good at keeping these guys down. My high schooler even knew about the new virus. Nice. Oh, it's on its way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I knew about it in the memes. I see it in the memes. I didn't know. I didn't see it in the news, but I just find out. Basically, I find news on Instagram through the new memes. Just checked out that new Dark upload. I think it's a DVD scan because it's in 720p. Well, they might have just uploaded it in a 720p. You know, it's just sometimes it's faster to upload like a lower resolution. Six-year-old is demanding I go play with him in the backyard. Alright, buddy. Enjoy your time with the fam. Talk to you later. Sorry, buddy. starting to look better. I think it's starting to get there. It's starting to get there. I think it was pretty rough when I started, even though the process of seems really slow. But what can you do, right? Just some of these things take a lot of time. Obviously, the more professional way would be to make a 3D model and then have all the angles done automatically, but I'm just gonna do it by hand because I like it. I just like doing it like this. Now, let's see what that looks like. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, this is the old animation. This is the one I'm about to replace. The other thing I want to clean up today is maybe the move marker, that little. You're back. Nice, man. Did you guys play catch? What did you guys do? Play catch or something? Chased him around? Gotcha. Ah, that looks a lot better. I think it needs a lot more consistency between frames. I think that's what hurts the most. But the dog got tired. Toss the ball for the dog to fetch? Oh. Oh, I gotcha. Oh. I got some sourdough bread calling my name. I'm not even really that hungry, but... Uh-oh. Oh, it's doing that. Why is it doing that? I didn't hit any button, but my mouse turns into this. I have no idea how to fix that, other than close the program. I'm gonna save this. I do not know how to fix that. He's facing... Sorry, I'm using almost my whole brain to figure out. This is the one I was on. AI is attacking you? Just save that really quick. I think what it kind of needs is like the overall angle here kind of needs to be a little bit more like it needs to do like it needs to be more of a slant, like he's aiming down, kind of like this upper back is a little bit larger because he's like kind of more sloped. I think that works a little bit better right there. I think that it need it to look like it's like slanted down more. Should I go make myself some cheese sandwiches? I did buy some sourdough bread. What the? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I drank a little. Make me want to. I made a coffee, but the coffee made me jittery. I need like some food. I need to like throw in some bread, like a duck, and expand my stomach from, like, reduce the caffeine load from the. I just made sourdough a couple days ago. Oh, it's just sourdough bread. I don't know. When you say you made sourdough, like, from scratch, because I don't know how to do that. I only know how to go to Walmart and buy whatever they call sour bread. I'm sure Augustus would call whatever they sell an abomination, as he calls it, but it's good enough. It's good enough where I can pretend that that's what it is. It's so easy. Oh, is it easy? Isn't it? Doesn't sourdough require like yeast, and you have to like share? You have to like know what you're doing. Like, isn't there a little bit of an art to it? I know that what Walmart sells isn't sour. Like, I know it's not even really bread, but you know, it's close enough to where a peasant can forget his woes for a few minutes. If you make your own bread, you have to eat within 2 days. Otherwise, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. If real bread goes bad in like a day, like it starts to get moldy after like 2 days. Yeah, I remember those days back in Belarus. Like, why did bread stop doing that? I think they just like spray it with enough chemicals that it just is immune to going bad. So the bread making part is a little tricky, but making your own yeast is foolproof. Preservatives, yeah. Probably a chemical, yeah. We're close. See, do you see how this animation, when he goes up to the left, it looks like his body is tilted upwards, and this looks like he's like looking down, which is what I want, and that's what I've been working on, is to make all the animations look consistent across the board. You'll see that one. It works, but it's like a different creature. It doesn't look like these ones. It's like something else. So that's why I'm changing the. And then I'm gonna work out my move marker. It's pretty cool, but I need to like refine it. And you just like clean it up a little bit, I think. But even if the bread goes hard, you can still use it, like for French toast. You can also kind of revive bread with water. If you put water on it and then microwave it, you can kind of like make it come back, like a softness. You can reanimate it like a. I'm not into like the. I used to like dried bread like that, but now I don't. Like, I only want soft bread. Okay, so because of how good everything's looking right now, I'm gonna take these frames and import them into my other animation, and so everything's gonna be consistent this way. And then I'm gonna work on move marker. Now, I think all of these still need a lot of work, but we're getting to the point where they don't look just absolutely horrific. So this is the one I'm working on right now. I gotta delete all these frames. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but this is the way I'm gonna do it because it's. Actually, you know what? I had to make this canvas bigger. Let's see, canvas size 84. Let's do 80. Let's do 70. 70. 5. 75. This. And then we'll do canvas size. I might be making a horrible mistake here, but I don't think I am, but I might be. Like long term, but we'll kind of see. Then we're gonna do. We need to rotate. We need to. So there's this, and then we're gonna do all the rest of the frames. Anyway, sorry, I can't talk about food for you. I can talk about food for yours. I'm interested in your animation process. Yeah, I'm just kind of my animation process is very rudimentary. May get some grapes or Doritos. Grapes or Doritos. Well, maybe the economy. Why not both? I think it's the economy. I don't know. Dorito grape sounds like a meal hack on TikTok. Yeah. It sounds like Doritos and I don't know. It sounds like something that it would make my stomach hurt. I would have to be in the bathroom for a little while. With some pain. Let's do, sorry, I gotta use my whole brain for this. Flip horizontal. I know I'm doing something that's not that hard, but it's hard enough to where I have to kind of pay attention here. Yeah, my animation, I just draw by hand, like just frame by frame it by hand. So it's pretty like straightforward. It doesn't require super technology to do it. That's what I like about Sprite is like you can kind of do anything as long as you kind of like have some artistic talent. It doesn't hold your hand, but it has everything you need. Alright, so that we got 6 frames. I can delete this one, delete frame, and then we'll play it out. Alright, so that should get imported right when if I save this, that should change them out automatically. So now we should have the new animation. I think that the pincers need to be like improved. They're not visible enough. They're like kind of sticking to grapes, nice. Yeah, grapes are pretty good. Is this all pixel art? Did you start with a 3D model? No, yeah, that's the thing, is that I didn't start with a 3D. That would be the way that would make this a lot easier. Is to have a 3D model would make this a lot easier, but I just made up the frames and I just drew them out. It's very difficult. It doesn't look bad though. Not for a hand drawn. No. Not for someone that just started doing. I don't think it looks terrible for someone that just started doing this. So there's still some things that need to be addressed though. Yeah, no, but a 3D model would that's kind of what I was thinking, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to also learn other things right now. I just want to draw, because at least, like, if I can make a game like this, then I can, like, then I can just use my drawing ability without having to do other things. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Maybe towards the end, maybe in some parts I will do the 3D model for some stuff to kind of get things correct, but right now I'm good. Was this your first game? Yeah. Never done anything like this before. Well, I've messed around on Godot, but not like this is the furthest. And I mean, obviously this isn't far. I just have one creature that moves around, but still, like, this is the furthest I've made it. Nice work. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do. I need my shadow to be just a dab darker. I think it just needs to be a dab darker. Not sure if this is the best way to do it, but... And then I have the blending tool. So this program, it just has opacity, it has a blending, it has just enough of everything that you can, like, get the job done. You can kind of do anything in Asprite. Like, it's not quite as powerful as whatever, but, well, I guess I could always go to Krita if I needed to. If I needed something, like, a little bit more fancy, I could go to Krita, but you can make a copy of the layer and it will be darker because it's layered. Oh, that's right, yeah. Controls. Is that too much? Whatever, I can always redo it from the bottom. It's not a big deal. I just don't want it to be, because I had it be, like, I think that's maybe... I think that's nice right there. I think that might be, like, perfect. Like, I want it to be kind of, like, darker. Not crazy, but that's, I think, good right there. I think that's good right there. You know? You can kind of tell, though, like, these, like, I'm zoomed in all the way. And you can tell, like, this needs to be, there's, like, things that need to be, I keep noticing things that need to be cleaned up. Little guy is weirdly cute. Yeah, I'm probably gonna maintain this style of, like, the creepy, cute kind of, look. You know, I think that's the style I'm gonna go for. It's like, this is gonna be across the board. I think it's a good thing to shoot for. So. I think I'm really happy. Like, this took it took so long just to get to this point. Like, I mean, I guess if you knew what you were doing, this could take like a week. I don't know how long, but like, I guess just because of the artwork and stuff, I just do it manually. So that's kind of. But if you knew what you were doing in terms of programming, it probably wouldn't take nearly as long. So. I still gotta do a lot of cleanup. You can kind of tell here. It's like there's a lot of things that need to be done still. My idle animation. Mind if I for unsolicited advice? No worries if that's not okay. Sure. Ads. Oh. YouTube keeps feeding me Western style fighting scenes. Western style? Which I kinda hate. Feeding me Western style fighting scenes. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. I don't know that I disagree with you, but I don't know. Old West? What you don't like the Western fighting scenes? Okay. I don't know too much about it. I don't have a hard take on the Western fighting scenes. Maybe they're a little dry for your take. You like kung fu. Alright, says and back. Yeah, alright, go ahead. You can give me your advice. You can give me your advice. My advice: don't get caught in the weeds. Focus on getting your gameplay solid first, then you can obsess about pixel animations when you have a solid gameplay loop. I don't disagree with that. I need things to look a certain way for me to get excited about stuff. If that makes sense. So, I think it's probably a better idea to like. But I'm gonna make the mistakes I'm gonna make. I don't know. I need to have things look a certain way for me to like be like to want to proceed. And if I was like, let's say, I was designing the game and everything was like squares and spheres to like represent things to get the gameplay down. And then I can't see it. Like I'm not excited about it. So that's my thing. So it's what you're saying is probably like much better idea because I could spend like a ton of time on this, and then like, let's say the project gets abandoned for whatever reason, and it's just everything just is like down the drain or something. It's probably be better, but yeah. And I feel like a lot of times when you go I'll do this later, and then later doesn't happen. Or, you know, like, then it just becomes, like, you set, like, a standard, and, if I kind of let it slide now, then it's really hard to, like, let's say it looks okay, it's really hard to come back to and fix something that's okay, and it's just, like, not that bad. But if you do it now, then it's, I don't know, that's just, I'm just talking out loud, so. I feel it. What's most important is that you're enthusiastic about it. Yeah, enthusiastic. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process. I'm, you know, learning stuff. There's a lot of this is just learning, so I'm not claiming that I'm gonna make the next great game. I'm just kind of learning and exploring. No, next StarCraft incoming, yeah. This is gonna be. I know this sounds ambitious and like crazy ambitious, but I do want this to be like an RTS light. Like when you're the pest in the facility. I don't know how long you've been. I don't know if you just joined us or if you've been here. No, you've been. Wait, are you the first time chatter? You're the first time chatter. Okay, so yeah. My plan is to have a. My plan for this is to have, like, you start out in the facility, right? And you go, you're like a little creature, right? That escapes humanity. Like, humans were making bioweapons, and you escape. Like it's a horror movie premise, right? And you escape, and you're running around the facility, gathering biomass and science or whatever. And you need to make a little nest so you can expand and kill all the humans, right? Like, that's the premise of, like, every level, basically. Like, Buggos, kind of, but biolab instead of bugs. And so, like, that's the main idea for every... It's a RTS light kind of game, you know what I mean? So... Which is... The reason I said that's kind of not a smart thing to make for your first game, but it's always the kind of game I wanted to make, so... Even if I have to, like, I can always, like, scale the scope of the game down and turn it into something a little bit more, like, get my hopes down to a reasonable level where it becomes, like, maybe it becomes, like, you walk around with a creature, like, it's the same premise, it's just not expanded on in the same way where it's like, you know, like, it's gonna be that same concept, but it's gonna be scaled down to a few units or something, instead of having an RTS, like, a bunch of buildings and a bunch of this and that, and a creep spreading and stuff. Like, it'll just be more simple, but... Right. Nothing wrong with being ambitious. Well, I don't really want to spend 10 years on this, but it's whatever. It's like, I would normally be drawing, but, like, this is what I'm interested in now, so this is what I'm going to be, you know, exploring. So that's kind of where I'm coming from, is I'm like... I think being ambitious is good, but I don't have a time frame for this, so I'm just doing it because I think it's cool, and I think it's funny too. Like, like the sense of humor of this whole thing kind of goes in line with how my buddy and me were talking about this kind of idea of, like, either an alien coming in a crater. I did think about doing alien comes in a what do you call it? Whatever the fuck. You know, those comet. Like, a comet has an egg in it, crashes on Earth, thing opens up. Like, really simple. It doesn't have to be, like, biolab anything. Like, and you know, but I think the reason I chose I'm gonna go with underground government biolab is because it's easier to build levels that way. You know what I mean? It's easier to justify why you can't leave the map, so that's why. It simplifies things for my little pea brain, can handle that concept a little bit easier. Your game is something like Carry On? I did play... Yeah, kind of like... I think... Buggos, Carry On, StarCraft, like, all of that energy. Like, have you seen the movies with, But you're not a single creature, just to be clear. Like Carry On, but, like, instead of, like, you're one horrific creature that keeps growing. I haven't played it in quite a few years, but this is like, more like it's like that concept, but you're not a single creature, you're a swarm. And if you think back to the movies like Critters or Gremlins, like that mischievous kind of like little creatures causing havoc. And, well, it won't be that lighthearted. You know, it's going to be like Aliens, yeah. Like, you know, I think Aliens is a little bit more. I mean, yeah, like Alien. I think. But this was like created by in this version of this is like these guys were made by humans, and then they all get, you know, between Aliens and Gremlins, kinda, yeah. Or like, have you seen the movie Critters? Like that's the energy that I'm going for. Is like that was a movie that I liked as a child that I have not. Oh man, that's a good one. It's a little... I went back and watched it. It's a little scarier than I remember. It's like... Not like mind-blowing, but it was definitely like a little bit more intense than I thought I remembered it as. Is there a princess at the end? There's not. There's not. There's not. Your game sounds very interesting. Looking forward to watching it develop. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see how it goes. There should be a Queen Buggo. Well, I want everything to I want everything to start out with like you start every like level starts out with like, or maybe not every level, but like I was thinking like you start out as like this guy every level, and you need to find a way to find enough resources to metamorphize into like something that can produce units and hide in the corner, right? Like make a little nest or something like that. Once you get that going and you make a bunch of these guys, now you can like take on people or whatever. You can kind of start spreading more, and then you get warrior, you know, whatever, and other buildings. They do something else, right? Like something along those lines is like you start out as like super vulnerable, and slowly become a lot less vulnerable. It's kind of how I imagine it. But we'll see. We'll see how. Like, it's easy to say. I don't wanna like make all these grand plans about it. Oh god, what if in order to produce more units you have to enter a cocoon? It takes time and humans can find you and kill you while you that would be like, see, that is exactly what I want. That's exactly what I'm saying, is like you turn into a building essentially, like in StarCraft, and you're vulnerable because you don't have any units. But I'm afraid that that's like really, you know, like having those mechanics where like the humans can find you, like how do you do like right, like how do you do that? That I guess they could have just be walking around kind of randomly, but have you ever watched Human X Hunter? Hunter X Hunter? No, I have not. He gets bigger and more muscular? No, there might be like bigger versions of this, but he himself doesn't. Like I said, if it turns out that like if it turns out that it's like impossible, like not impossible, but it gets like really difficult to like push this beyond a certain scope, then I'm going to scale the idea down to something like I could even scale it down to like you're just the thing you control and you have to traverse a level in clever ways, right? And solve like yeah, you know. I'm slowly blending the frames a little bit more so it doesn't look... I don't like how much things are moving around in this space when the frames are moving. I want it to be like just a slight bit of movement. Wolfgang! What's up, Homeskillet? What's up, Wolfgang? You should it's really good, but in the series, there's special type of ant that adopts traits of the food they eat. Like, they eat a bird and their offspring has wings. There's a whole arc where the ants eat humans and all the craziness and Hunter X Hunter? I might have to... Let me push that into the Googler. Hunter X... Okay. I normally don't watch anime, but... not against it or anything. But I just never... I don't even know where you would... Like, where would you go to watch this? I don't even know where you go, right? Like... When I was a kid, like, when I was younger, like, back when I was, like, high school age, like, there was, like, 4 animes. Like, there was Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? Now it's like, you guys have, like, everything. Like, I've never even heard of this show, and I don't even know where you would go to get it. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, you have to be on the... You have to, like... Is it, like, Crunchyroll or something? Right? Like, it's probably Crunchyroll, right? Have you tried a Walmart? Wolfgang, future... Today I put a feral pigeon on a leash. After catching it, for science, bro, they don't like being leashed. They don't like being leashed? You gotta do it from when they're babies to get it, you know what I mean? They probably don't like it, but... Yeah, I mean, if you take a wild pigeon and leash it, that's gonna cause issues for sure. But I like where you're going with your ideas. of building a pigeon army. I kind of like where you're going with it. Then I had it on my shoulders as if I was a pirate. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. After handling it and caging it for a while, I got it chill on my leg. Really? Were you worried about the pigeon diseases, or like, do you not care about that? Leashing it with a belt around its waist, maybe. Oh yeah, how did you leash it? That's the other thing, like, I don't know. They're kind of like, pigeons aren't that smart. I feel like they would have hurt themselves if you put a leash on. I have an immune system? True. I missed what you said because of ads, but I gotta go. See you next time. Thank you, Vamusi. Vamusi, thank you. Appreciate your input. We'll see you back, hopefully. Oh, so wash my hands and spray my clothes with rubbing alcohol. Did you really? Nice. So, what was the point of like the pigeon? Like, what was the core idea of what you were trying to achieve? Treated it like a pet for an hour, walked my pigeon for a bit in front of my house. I posted a picture of P42 purple tag 42 in Yap chat. That's in Discord, you said? I just hope that I would just you know, some things, there's things that are like weirdly legal. I would just, you know what I mean? Like I found out in my state, there's things that are like you can't capture a squirrel. Like, even if it's inside your house, you have to hire a company because of like mandatory like animal stuff. All I'm saying, I know you know what you're doing. All I'm saying is be careful, because you don't know like what weird state law you have or something, you know. As I said in chat, I leashed it for science. I'm gonna heart it. They don't like being leashed, but they get used to it. Well, they're very docile, right? Like, pigeons are kind of like, they're docile creatures. That makes sense. Uh, if I die soon, then you know I got infected by a pigeon. True. It's Arizona and pigeons are invasive pests, so yeah. Isn't the pigeon? Isn't the pigeon? It is. It is very cute. Yeah. It's actually kind of a good-looking pigeon. Like the feathers in the back, it's got like that white and black kind of thing going on. How did you get a leash for a pigeon? Are there bird leashes, or did you just make that yourself? Did you like conjure that up yourself? It's meant for pet parrots. I found it. Oh, if I try to leashing a pigeon again, then I'm going to get a long, retractable one. It will fly off, think it got away. Get over. I don't know. I wouldn't do anything to hurt the pigeon because that sounds kind of dangerous, but. I mean, I know they're invasive, but still, like, I wouldn't want to hurt him either. Gotcha. I'm trying to like slowly blend the frames together till there's more consistency between them, and that way, when you still want like the sense of movement, but not quite as much as there is now. Locked in here a little bit. I'll look at the chat here in a second. I just want to. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Quick chat distract streamer. Little creature, your pixel arting looks awesome. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think everyone universally likes how this is going. I'm just tuning out my animations so I have a working, like a little bit of a working prototype here, and you know, building a little game here. This is kind of as far as I got. I'm really enjoying the process though of doing this. So I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. See, these are the two little blue dots I don't like right there. I need to make them like see-through. I need to lower the opacity or something. Oh no! I actually really like the way this music sounds. Like this part of the music for this game kind of have like that kind of whimsical kind of like. I also want to do like a separate animation where, like when he's sitting here doing nothing, I want him to do like when he's not being utilized. When after sitting there for a couple seconds, he does like a little turn, like does a little kind of like animation. I think that would be pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of those blue. I can still see him very distinctly, and they're bothering me. That would be cool. Yeah, that way it feels a little bit more alive because he's moving around, but I kind of want him to like if he's sitting there, you leave him alone. He will do a randomized like timing for a like either he opens his mouth or does a little turn and comes back to the same position. And the reason I want that is obviously because it's just cooler, more dynamic if a character kind of does stuff like that. But I have to like do it in a way where he won't do it after a preset time, because then if you move like 5 of them, when they all stop, they're all gonna do it on like a it'll look too compute like Crusader had this problem when you would move all the archers or select them, they would all respawn at the same time, and it kind of looks very mathematical and computery. So I have to do it in the way that like when these things are moving around and doing their own random thing, it's not in sync with like 15 other units that are going to do it at the same time, because then it looks very unorganic. So that's kind of what I'm trying to like avoid. It's starting to look a little bit better right there. We're getting there. It's starting to look better and better. have a random offset using a normal distribution pattern that is either plus minus to the general time frame. That way you can set it to 100 seconds and then math with randomly apply minus 5 plus 16 seconds or whatnot. Something along those lines. Setting a randomizer for the. But I want it to look as organic as it's really like quite astonishing. If you're willing to put the time into it, like what Godot can do, like in terms of like making a customizable thing. Like what other thing can you do all of this? And I feel like this is like actually like what I draw. Like when I draw stuff, this is actually what I want to be doing. Is like building an interactable world. It's just with drawing you can't, right? But like this is actually what I want to do. It's kind of like I'm creating. Like imagine I am drawing, but you guys are just seeing it like do what I want it to be doing when like how like it's so awesome. The shit, it's so awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm having so much fun with this. I don't even care if it like is a game. Like, I would like to, put it on Steam and all that. Like, all those dreams, right? And like make some money. But like, I just have so much fun with this. Like, just working on this creature, I just can't. Like, I don't even. It's in itself worth just wasting this time on this. It's like it's fun enough to where it's like gaming. When you are switching your username to future gamer, so what are you? Oh, future gamer artist. Are we winning yet? Yeah, we are. We're winning. Definitely. I posted a picture of a pigeon on a leash on YapChat. You weren't kidding, man. I was thinking you were gonna start a pigeon mail service for the future when big tech finally fails humanity. That's a good, dude. That's a good investment. I would put money into a pigeon mail service. You never know when the servers are gonna go down. You know, when AI deletes all the server stuff. It's a really good idea, actually. By the way, I've been using Grok to keep a running log notebook of the pigeon trapping experiment. I used Grok a while back. It kind of like cut me off of like it wanted me to pay for it. I was not happy with that. But I don't know, like, did it improve? Did they improve? I usually, I'm kind of like in the, I'm kind of in the ChatGPT slash, Claude universe right now. Those are the ones that are like, seem to be really, not even ChatGPT. I feel like Claude is the only AI I found that is like actually kind of not bad. I haven't dug into it to use it for real life stuff. Just mostly like, I make it give me lessons, like programming lessons, and it does such a good job, bro. It does such a good job with like the knowing how to present information so you can like understand it. It's like it's crazy good, dude. It's crazy good. Like honestly, you don't need like tutorials anymore because you just go, hey, I need this function. Like I want to make this happen, and it goes, okay, like this is how you would build that. You know, it's so good. Like as a teacher, especially. Have you guys asked AI how we can destroy? Have you guys asked AI how we can destroy AI? I like Grok because I like Grok because it doesn't have the safety features. I think they all do. They all have, they all have rails. Just Grok is a little bit more unhinged. You know, you can get a little bit wilder with it. Because, yeah, the OpenAI ones, they're just so, like, it's to the point where I think it just has brain damage because it just can't do anything. Like ChatGPT is like, it's like, the difference between like what Claude can do and ChatGPT is like night and day. It's crazy difference. And I don't know if it's the guardrails or like what, if it's the algorithm. I don't know what. One is useful and the other one is like makes me almost angry every time I interact with it. Well, you guys are welcome since I'm paying for AI with my utility bills. Oh, aren't we all though? We're all paying for it. I think if you want to get like blackpilled about AI, go watch like people who program for a living talk about it. If you want to get blackpilled on like the future, like if you think it's gonna do nothing and like it definitely sobered me up to the reality of like it's gonna change things, and not it's hard to say if it's a good. I think there's gonna be a big like race to get rid of people, and then they're gonna have to take people back because it is something you gotta like hold up. You gotta have somebody at the controls of it that knows what's going on under the hood, because it's very tempting just to hit the solve this problem for me every single time. And if you so I think that's the issue, because a lot of these companies that are getting rid of like real coders, they don't really understand that like the coders they're keeping that are hitting the solve for me problem, they're not going to be able to last. They're eventually going to run into an issue where like they can't solve it, and that there's no way to fix the problem because nobody knows how it works. So I think there's going to be a big wall that they hit, personally. Of 46 pigeons, I dabble, 44 are still alive, and 45 were caught many numerous times. There were actual albino pigeon, brown and white, that is hanging around my house now. By the way, Wolf, I got a 24-hour Twitch stream ban because my charcoal lady broke the sexy odometer. Yeah, he was drawing some, it was drawing stuff you're not supposed to. No, but yeah. they don't like the nudity for sure. Future's a pro streamer now. Yeah, I've never even been banned. What the? And I've said all kinds of stuff. Like I've made jokes that are inappropriate at some points, and I was doing anatomy, right? That's why I'm a little surprised because I did it for like a good week, like with the the lady stuff. So that's why I'm a little bit maybe I don't know. Probably a hazing ritual. But yeah, I caught a family of qualls earlier, 2 adult and 2 babies. You know what it is? It's remember I'm a magnet for bullies. I do believe that. Like I kind of believe that now because I mean just the way you describe kind of like your life. I'm just like I've maybe had a handful of incidents like the way you describe your daily life. I'm just like damn, is it that different on the other side of the you know. Try to carry some holy water with me. Yeah. I think it's starting to look like something. I think my only concern is that I don't have enough of a like my creature doesn't right now. I want the creepy cute. I like the way it looks, but I want it to be ever so slightly more like grittier maybe. Like not grittier but contrastier. Right now we're a little bit in the too much in the happy territory, which is fine, but I do want the game to look a little bit more like, and maybe I'll catch that moment down the road of like exactly how the game should look. But right now I'm just gonna slowly add contrast until it looks, because right now it looks a little bit it doesn't look great. Like I kind of want it to look kind of creepy cute StarCraft maybe, like put that thought in your head, like creepy cute StarCraft. You know what I mean? Like that's the energy, but it needs to be a lot more dark, like a lot more yeah. And right now we're not there. You know, this looks like Metal Slug, right? Like kind of maybe Metal Slug, like that idea. It's funny watching the pigeon ringleader who I caught 10 times before Kevin died, leading the charge on the traps. When he noticed the trap, he would fly off and the flock would follow. They were uninsured. I defeated the leader pigeon by placing a piece of paper in the trap. They still avoided it, but they charged in when the paper was removed. You got them. Oh, where are we at? Oh, where's my browser? Alright, so this one with all this darkness, I'm gonna copy that into the rest of the frames. I like that way that looks. I think it needs to have. It just when you see it on the field, it doesn't look like there's enough. It's slowly getting there. It still needs a little bit more darkness, I think, at the bottom here. But we're starting to slowly get there. The ringleader skull, as my dad calls him, that guy's almost got himself cold twice on a trap. I forgot how he got himself stuck on this spring trap. That's leadership for you? Yeah. On the cage trap, he had his head pinned between two bars. So are you just recording data with the pigeons? Like, Pretty much. Nice. Yeah, I don't know too much about that stuff, like bird kind of, analysis, or why scientists would do that, or. Gotta wait till like May 21st to find out if I was approved for student visa to Japan. Forrest is in the zone. He forgot he's streaming. Yeah, yeah, I was like kind of lock in. I feel like as I get older, I have less lock-in minutes for the day. So if I do catch it, I have to like capitalize on it. Otherwise, I just go big. Oh my god, I just realized something. You guys, my band is over. Oh, nice, nice man. He's in the zone. Yeah. Well, I'm glad your ban is over. I'm trying to understand. How did I just create another frame? At some point, I clicked on something, but they're all different. What the fuck? Like all the frames are different, but there's an extra one. I guess it's not the end of. Well, no, it'll. Plot is turning against humans. Actually, how many do I have in there? In my Animated sprite 2D, I have idle is 5 frames. Yeah, we have 7, but it doesn't look bad. So I'm just gonna delete these right now. I'm gonna put in the 7. Oh no, the tail. Claude is it's like a solution AI. Like it's very good at like solving like people use it for programming essentially. Yo, it put a bunch. I'm not sure which frame is. Damn. Hold on, I gotta control Z out of this. Hold on. It added another frame at some point, and I didn't notice. And it like messed everything up. Hold on. I need to control Z out of that. Hopefully I hope to God that it didn't like. Oh, right there. I was trying to like blend the like I was trying to blend stuff together. Like I was trying to take, say for instance, this. That was rough. I did not like that at all. I was trying to take this and say I want all of the backs to be more similar. Take a little piece of it. It's just being super goofy right now. Why is it being goofy? Control C, Control V, bring it up, erase, make it more, and then I can go. I have it on Control. I have it Control C. Wait, I have it Control C, delete, and then I can just essentially go Control V. And in the sense, I am blending that layer together with the other layers, if that makes sense. So they're more similar. They kind of reduce the opacity. I'm like tricking. I'm doing like very like Paint MS solutions to like blending frames. But I hope you guys can see the genius of what I'm trying to do here. That way, there's less jarring between frame movement. Is that the AI Claude? AI Claude, yeah. AI, yeah. Yeah, that's the one that does like the programming really well. After computers take over, maybe we should team up and sell art at the local arts fairs. Yeah. We'll sell art to the AI when it takes over the economy. You guys see kind of what I was trying to do. I'm just trying to take the. Actually, let me do. Let's do this. Let's blur tool on the first frame, right? Let's make this look a little bit more like a little bit more blended. Right? Not sure if this is better or worse, but I want it to look a little bit more blended right now. You can always like make it look more pixelated, right? Kind of like more blended. Let's say I want every frame to look a little bit more blended. So I'm gonna take this. I think I'm going in the right direction with this. Control C, Control V, then erase the opacity down to about, let's do 30. Right, so we got rid of 30% of the opacity. And then I'm going to click back on this, Control C, delete, frame 2, Control V, Control V. That way it's more, every frame is a little bit more like the first frame, right? See how I'm doing like low-tech solutions, super low-tech solution. I don't know if this program has a feature that would solve my issue, but this is how I'm solving it. So now the back movement, like when it's running, it's not quite as noticeably like annoying. It's a lot more. There's still like a little bit of movement, like, but there would be, right? Even if this was a 3D model, but now it's a lot more like not as. Bathroom break, nice. For me or for you? For me or for you? We can do that same thing here as I can do, but I'm gonna do Control C, Control V in the first frame. Erase. I'm gonna go to 60%. Because I want it to be a little bit more. So we'll get rid of 60%. This Control C, delete. Frame 2, import. Frame 3, import. Frame 4, import. Frame 5, import. So you can still see that there's like things like as he's moving, but it won't be quite as like, whoa, it's like the jarring will be lessened, right? That's at least the idea of what I'm trying to achieve here. I think it works. I think it's sort of, I could still, which frame has that pixel? The fuck? What the? Get out of here, stupid pixel. Still maybe, I think maybe I'll, like, even after that, I'm gonna maybe blend it a little bit. Just to give it a tad blend. Between these frames, just like a little blendy blend, just across the board. And then, you know, that. So, and now let's run it now. It's kind of moving in the right direction, right? Like, I think, like, when we looked back at this, like, a day ago, it's starting to look more like professional. It's getting closer to that professional look. Maybe I'm delusional, or maybe I've been staring at it too long, but I like kind of where it's going now. Oh, poor Rose, that jiggling looks like the forbidden dance of the lambada. What the? But I'm really happy with tonight's result with the animation stuff. I just cleaned up a little bit. Nothing super crazy. I think the selection circle too probably needs a little bit of that. It's I actually don't like how pixelated it is. I think the selection circle should be. I think the selection circle should not be affected. Should be high res. That makes. I don't think the selection circle should be non-high res. I kind of don't like that it's the way it is. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here for the night. It's 10 p.m. I think I had a good amount of putting a little bit of gas on the project, touching stuff up, kind of moving it forward, right? I'm pretty happy with this result. Maybe the selection circle should be a little bit. Just ask it how to destroy it. What did it say? It told me to unplug my router and touch grass. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do that. Although I don't know, I think it's trying to trick you because I don't think the AI would get destroyed from that. I think it would just be fine. You'd be disconnected from it temporarily. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna go for the night. Basically said leave me alone, Wolf. I also told it asking for a friend. That's smart. That's smart, so it can, so you don't want to get it angry at you directly. Now I'm realizing the better I make this thing look, the more like the rest of the sprites are gonna have to look better too. I'm gonna have to like go back and retouch all the other animations. Like they still look like they're in the same kind of world, but I'm going to have to put more effort into fixing other stuff. God, I just love doing this. Like I just love this whole idea. The little critter. Like everything about this, I just love this whole process. Alright guys, I'm gonna get out of here for the night. Y'all have a great night. I'll be back at some point. Love all of you. I'm surprised Coolio didn't drop in. I thought he would drop in, but alright guys. Bye.